city of Kazakhstan. There were 62 passengers who were on board the plane along with the crew members, is what the Azerbaijan Airlines has now informed the public. The crash took place near the airport and the plane reportedly took several circles requesting an emergency landing, but it stalled and later crashed. Visuals on your screens show ambulances at the crash site and some people were being rescued and deboarded from the emergency exit located at the rear end of the aircraft. The Embraer 190 flight from Baku to Grozny carried 62 passengers and 5 crew members, out of which 37 people were from Azerbaijan, 16 were from Russia and 6 others were from Kazakhstan. Aditya on the telecast with me. Aditya, fill us in with these fast-paced developments. We're getting to know right now there were 67 passengers, there are 5 crew members. Several of them were the resident citizens of Azerbaijan, some other from Russia, and 6 of them from Kazakhstan.
Well, Megha, absolutely. As per the latest updates, 42 people have been so far declared dead by the Kazakhstan authorities, and just let's put that into perspective for our viewers. Before landing the plane had requested for an emergency landing. This possibly could be a thing due to the air traffic controls failure in Kazakhstan airport, because you see that these are some technical things that need to be taken care by the ATC while the plane is given. When the plane lands, there is a standard operating procedure that the air traffic control tower at that particular airport needs to lay focus upon. In this case, there can be a case where the runway was not free for this plane to land, and possibly due to that factor, the crash has happened. The ATC could have if ATC air traffic control could have been more careful. This could have been avoided because
the pilot was not being given a go-ahead to land, make the emergency landing. It continued to circle over the airport and eventually it landed. I don't know if the go-ahead was given by the ATC. That still at this point of time is something to be found out, but the plane has crashed eventually after circling over the airport for several minutes.
Well, exactly, Megha. The plane, the pilot might have due to this fact, the pilot might have lost the control over the aircraft because it was continuously hovering in the air for quite some time, and then this crash happened. Similar cases have also happened. Such crash cases have also come to the fore. When one plane had skidded on the runway in Nepal. Such incidents have happened many times in Nepal. So it needs to be, because currently the rescue operations are on, and the casualties might go up because so far only 42 people are dead, which could be increased to more numbers. Yes, Megha.
Right, absolutely. Stay on with me, Aditya. Joining me on the telecast is Wing Commander Praful Bakshi. Praful Bakshi, unfortunate incident. Today is Christmas Day and there are as many as 67 plus 5 crew members who have crashed in this unfortunate incident that has taken place. It's taking place in Kazakhstan. Now, if you could give us what may have happened that led to the crash, because we're getting to know that the plane was not being allowed to land at the Kazakhstan airport. It continued to hover for a few minutes before it finally landed, which led to the crash.
Thank you, Megha. Yes, it is indeed a very sad incident, a sad day. On a Christmas day, we are hearing about such a tragic accident. But let me tell you one thing. The inputs are still not very clear. If the pilot was asked to orbit overhead, that is that pilot had to orbit overhead because of his condition or because of ATC was not finding the runway was not clear. That makes no difference. If once the pilot has started landing and committed to land, the reason for his crash has nothing to do with orbit. He may have orbited for burning fuel. He may have orbited for because runway is not clear. Whatever the reason is, the cockpit voice recorder has to be now monitored and find out what was the conversation between the pilot and the ATC, pilot and the pilot. That is one. And secondly, now after the crash, there is a flight data recorder which will tell us everything. What was the engine condition? what were the temperatures, oil pressure, when he is approaching, what was his landing speed, was he coming at a high speed, was it in a low speed, he stalled, was there an obstruction on the runway? All these things have to be cleared. You see, I am an accident investigator. Once this is told to me, I will go to that place, ascertain all those things, and then look at the touchdown point where the impact has taken place. I can ascertain what was the speed, what was the angle of touchdown, and then we'll find out what the emergency could be. Emergency, at the moment, you cannot conjecture, but cockpit voice recorder will tell you whether the pilot was having control problems, was he having a hydraulic, his undercarriage is not coming down.
Okay.
If the undercarriage is not coming down or one has come down, this will happen. The information is very, very hazy. They have not given us, and whenever we talk on the television, the conversation of the ATC is never told to us. No press reporter or correspondent goes to the ATC. ATC must tell us what exactly happened. I can tell you straight away in 30 seconds what could have been. But the question is, all these things are hidden from us.
Okay.
Once this
Stay
is
on
hidden,
with me,
we
sir.
can
I
only
also have
conjecture.
some more information pouring